Kanye. Y'all killed Kanye.
Yeah, but you know what? I love Kanye. You know, and people are mad at him. You know, what he's doing is wild, but, you know, when you see a homeless person in the street and they talking to themselves, you can't be mad at them. Something wrong. They sick.
Right.
Kanye, something wrong with him, you know? And people, I don't listen to the homeless man yelling stuff and think, oh, he mean that?
Right.
He don't mean that. It's just coming out.
Right.
Right? So somebody needs to
grab him.
Somebody, you know, that's when you need an uncle.
Right.
Grab him. Hey, come here, boy, let me talk to you. You don't say that. You don't do that. Somebody who he loves and respects.
Right.
Does he have that in his life? I don't know.
Right.
But I love Kanye. He's a musical genius.
You were married for 15 years. What do you learn about marriage? What do you learn about yourself during marriage?
I was married 19 years.
19, damn.
Yeah.
I shorted you for. My bad, I'm going to add it back on.
It's cheaper to keep her. That's what I learned. Or cheaper to kill her.
Keep her. We gonna kill her.
But you know, marriage is not just a moment, right? You have to get through moments. You know, it's tough. Like, so, you know, I was trying to tell my sons, like, you know, you want to get married because brands want to know. If you think about Bill Gates and Jobs and, you know, all these guys, Bezos about to get married again. Why? Because when you sit down and people think about being in business with you, if you can manage your marriage, I can be in business with you because I know on a day-to-day you are having to humble yourself and have to kind of work through stuff. So with business, you'll do the same thing. I feel like you would do the same thing. You know, I think marriage is beautiful, but marriage, when you get to the older years, where it becomes a ballet, where they don't say much, you know, after all these years, she know what shut up mean. You know, she's not talkative. She make you a little coffee in the morning and your toast. Not breakfast, toast. You know, she figured out you need something to eat and come downstairs and the paper's there and you read it and y'all just exist together. You know, you fart and you look at it, she ain't laughing. Okay, go back to the paper. You know, and then she talk and you just And when you get to a certain age, you got the most wonderful thing in the world, which is a hearing aid. You turn that down. Just looking out. So what did you do? And that's what it is. But you think about all that you've been through, and the kids and the grandkids, you know, and it's special. I think marriage is a beautiful arrangement. You know, I was just too young and dumb to know that back then.
Are you on good terms?
Yeah. Here's what's crazy is, you know, for the longest, like she and I would, you know, we never said it to each other, but we just made up our minds that we can't let the grandkids feel our resentment. And there was resentment, you know. She'd come in and sit over there and I'd sit over there. And then probably about 7 years ago, I was over at Junior's house, family gathering, because kids would invite her to barbecues at my house, and it's fine, you know. And what it was is the fear of having to relitigate what happened in the marriage. Right. And I know I messed up. Right. I messed up, so I don't want to deal. That's why I pay you alimony, so I don't have to deal with that, right? But about 7 years ago, we were over at Junior's house, and we're sitting outside, and she's over there somewhere. And we're laughing. That's what we do is laugh, joke, and we start reminiscing. And then she came and sat right next to me and started chiming in. And then we were talking about, she brought up a story and I was like, remember. And the kids were like, they're talking. But I could feel all the tension just leave.
Dissipate.
The relationship changed. I love her. And I was able to say, I love you. And she says that to me when we see each other. I care for her. I don't want nothing bad happening.
Right.
You know, and it's maturity.
Right.
You know, And she said the last week when I saw her, she's like, we did good by the kids, right? And we high-fived, yeah.
Wow. So what's the dating life like for? Because I need, I'm headed towards 62, bro.
I don't date. I'm happy.
You happy?
I wake up in the morning like a kid. You run outside and you come home smelling like pennies. I could do whatever I want to do. There's peace in my house.
Right.
I don't have to. Hey, we good? You all right? You need anything? Yeah. I could not. I've been by myself too long.
You set in ways then, huh? So you ain't getting married no more, huh?
No. I never say never.
Right.
Because if some woman can climb over the wall of resentment and the bile that I have in my
all the
stomach,
checks you done had to write.
Yeah. For 25 years, I've been writing checks and alimony. If she can come out, she was sent by God. That's a superhero.
Hold on. That can't be true. That you dated the same woman as your nephew once?
Yeah. I was in love with her. That's the thing. Come on, you ain't never did.
Hell no, I ain't
you
never did that.
the Jackson 5.
No. For a family member, that's off limits, Damon.
No, but it wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
Yes.
The dating pool? And this was probably, 2001.
Did you know her originally? Did she know originally that?
Yes, when I met her. So I got divorced and I was by myself for 2 years.
Right.
Right? And then I saw her and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love. And then I found out my nephew had dated. I'm like, what's up with that? He goes, that's you. I was like, okay, pass the Cavassier. Let's go.
I ain't drinking that now.
Yeah. And I went ahead and I fell in love. And it was okay. But it's just.
They clowned you, didn't they?
Yeah, family gatherings is awkward.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Dave. I would just have to let her go.
Nah, you see it. You understand. And she cooked. She went to Cordon Bleu.
What? Mm-hmm. She cooked oxtail, neck bones,
whatever,
mac and cheese,
whatever,
collard greens,
all that, and then some.
With turkey
desserts.
necks. Dessert.
Come on.
Oh man.
Like a bona fide chef. I think she does that now. Amazing.
I might have to think about it.
And then the other things. While she cooked.
I do not approve this message. You have type 2 diabetes. How's that going?
How's it going?
Yeah.
It's like my club foot. No, it's good.
Did you always have diabetes or you developed it over the years?
I got it in 2017.
How?
I don't know. It's in
your family genes?
Here's why I'm learning, because I have Freestyle Libre, which helped change my life, right? And what it is we eat stuff and you don't know what's good or how your body is breaking it down, right? Mm-hmm. So this gives me, I got the glucose monitor and I can look at it and I know where I'm at all times. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I walked into the hospital, I felt delirious. My sugar was at 535.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be between 80 and 120.
You better go into a diabetic coma.
That's what he said. So I tell Keenan, and Keenan's like, okay, you got to change your diet. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, if you don't eat sugar, you won't have a sugar problem. Right? Life-changing. So he goes through my cabinets and stuff, and he's going to throw away this, you're going to throw away this. Ketchup got sugar. Everything I like got sugar.
It does.
And I was like, wow. So then I'm like, I still had to take insulin. You taking 5-6 units with every meal. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Sticking your finger to pray. Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, I don't. But what I found out having this glucose monitor is if I lift weights, heavier weights, then my sugar goes down all day, and especially legs, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing that when you get older, you stop doing the legs.
Yeah.
You think walking is working your legs out. Oh, I walked 3 miles. It don't mean nothing.
In order for a muscle to grow, you got to put it under stress.
That part. You know, they say there's a part of your brain that only grows when you do stuff you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And athletes tend to have the most developed part of their brain.
Mm-hmm.
And this part of the brain has to do with discipline, self-control, stick-to-itiveness, you know? And so I'm trying to develop that part of my brain.
Right. Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before two something.